installment of Man vs. Science. For today's thrilling program, we'll be taking you into a trip to the past to teach you some amazing science behind the motion of falling objects. To do this, we'll need the help of two incredible scientists, Aristotle and Galileo. Let's take a look. Aristotle, born in 384 BCE in ancient Greece, one of history's most famous philosophers who also made contributions to fields such as ethics, politics and science. This is where today's science lesson begins.
Substances making up the earth are different from ones making up the heavens. Conclusively, the laws governing the motion of the earth are different from those governing the motions of the heavens. All objects seek their natural resting places. In the case of earthy things, they will fall to the earth, while in the case of airy things like smoke, they will rise into the sky. I also believe things fall down or stop moving when they stop being pushed. If I shoot an arrow into the sky, it will fall down the moment an imposed force stops pushing or pulling the object. It wants to return to the ground. I now propose a new scientific theory. Objects fall at a constant speed relative to their weight. Specifically, an object that weighs twice as much as another object will fall twice as fast. I'd like to quote a famous philosopher, myself. There's only one way to avoid criticism. Say nothing, do nothing, be nothing.
Well, Aristotle did none of those things, and he certainly didn't avoid any criticism. Let's take a look at the man who probably criticized him the most. Galileo Galilei. An Italian scientist who is labelled the father of physics. He argued with the Aristotelians and in 1589 proved some of Aristotle's most well-known theories wrong.
Aristotle's theories on the motion of falling objects are true. Then what will happen if I change a small object to a bigger, heavier one? Will the objects together fall slower than the big object alone, since the lighter one will slow down the heavier one and act as a parachute? Or will they fall faster together since there is a greater overall weight?
In considering this, Galileo came up with a rebellious new idea.
You know what? Facts are more important than the theory. If the facts don't fit the theory, then the theory must be wrong. I've got it. The only way for the two balls to fall would be together, hitting the earth at the same time.
Galileo then figured out that objects don't fall at a constant speed as Aristotle had suggested, but actually accelerate when falling.
Aristotle, you're wrong, and this is my improved theory. Objects gain speed as they fall. The only reason heavier objects fall slightly faster is because air resistance slows down lighter objects. If air resistance can be reduced, both objects will fall at the same time. In a vacuum, a Nokia will fall as fast as an iPhone. Wow! Since air, however, is relatively resistance-free anyway, objects of different weights fall at nearly identical speeds because both are experiencing a force of gravity proportional to their masses and have thus been accelerating at nearly the same rate. Now, to prove this to the whole of Italy!
inclined planes. Things speed up as they fall, so speed is proportional to the time of travel. Big things accelerate at the same rate as small things, so weight does not actually determine how fast an object will fall. Through my inclined plane experiment, Aristotle, I'd also like to question your theory that things stop moving when you stop pushing them. Down one plane will roll up another identical plane until it reaches its original height. The ball will continue to stop at the same height, even if the second plane is longer and inclined at a smaller angle. If the angle of the second plane was reduced to 0, the ball would never stop rolling since it would never reach its original height. If I were to release my refrigerator down a hill and onto level ground, and if no friction existed, it would slide on forever. Galileo explained all of this using a term called inertia, which basically means that a still object does not want to move, and a moving object does not want to stop moving unless another force counteracts its movement.
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy?
Just keep going.
Freeze, stop.
What?
That plane's going down.
Jen, it's not.
Aristotle's.
Go. Go.
Aristotle.
That's really good.
In vacuum. If air resistance can be
Set, go.